Hey, what's going on, everybody? Junior Muktuk here, and today, welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. In the previous episode, we did some flying with Madam Hooch. We returned an item to the... I think we returned, actually, 2 items to the Lost and Found notice board. And in this episode, apparently we have woken up in the middle of the night, and we need to head downstairs for some reason. But first, we actually didn't return that item to the notice board yet. We're going to do that right now.
Thanks for finding the merit badge, Harry. You deserve a wizard card.
We did return, so actually it was 2 episodes ago we returned something. Anyway, let's pick up this wizard card. We now have 17 of them. And the next one we need to find is a telescope dropped from the astronomy tower, seen somewhere on the rooftops. If found, please return to the notice board. I will be sure to do that. This is, I don't know which character this is supposed to be. Is that the photographer from Chamber of Secrets? I forgot his name. He's not, Connor, maybe something from the movie. He was a photographer that really liked Harry. He thought he was cool. I think he was a redhead too. He's not in this game, but maybe that's him. I don't know. I have no clue.
Harry, just the person I've been looking for. Something dreadful has happened to Neville. He's got himself trapped behind a tapestry.
And I suppose you want me to get him out.
Why don't you do it?
That's
You know, you're better. You know more spells, and you're better with casting spells than me. How about you do it?
Neville? How did you end up back there?
He was looking for Trevor, his toad, and he went the wrong way. Now he's stuck.
That doesn't explain how he can't get out from behind this tapestry, or how it fell down while he was in there.
We need a severing charm.
And where am I going to find one of those at this time of night?
Herbology Greenhouse 3 in the grounds. Except, to get in, you're going to have to find out how to pull up hawk lumps. If you go to the library, there's an excellent book by Professor Lockhart. That'll tell you how to do it.
Okay, so I've got to go into the library on the 2nd floor and get a copy of Lockhart's book, and then go out into the grounds and find my way into the Herbology Greenhouse to get the severing charm.
So he says all that stuff to, kind of, for us to know what we have to do. But I guess the game forgets that there is a remember all that just basically tells us everything we have to do. So I don't know why he had to repeat it. I guess maybe for himself, but I'm pretty sure Harry has a remember all in this game, because I think I know they say it in the Prisoner of Azkaban game, but I think in this game they say that he actually does have a wizard card, like it's not a wizard card, but like a remember all. I think it's actually like the characters will say it. So anyway, we have to get a copy for Marauding with Monsters from the library on the 2nd floor. Get the Jaffindo spellbook from inside Herbology Greenhouse 3, and then rescue Neville from behind the tapestry. Now that sounds easy, and we're about to find our first big difference between the Xbox and the GameCube version of the game. I wouldn't say this isn't like a game-breaking thing, but it is a little bit more difficult. There is a prefect right here in the Gryffindor common room. If this guy spots you, he'll just send you back to the beginning of the area, and you'll have to go around him again. No harm done. But he's fairly easy to get around. So now that we've got around that guy, we have to go to the 2nd floor and head into the library. And as you can imagine, there will be more prefects blocking our way once we enter into the library. This section is the same on the Xbox version and the GameCube version. I don't know if they have different patterns they go on the Xbox or GameCube version. I'm fairly certain they don't. Also, there are some books here. If they go for you, you can just hit them with Flipendo, and they will turn around. You can't actually destroy them. So I guess now, do we have 50 beans or no? Do we have 50 beans? 41. All right. Let's go ahead and enter the library now. Okay, so I paused it right here just so I can kind of explain to you guys what this... Actually, I can do it from right here. Basically, what this areas are, there are a bunch of prefects around here. If the prefects spot you, they are from different houses, from Ravenclaw and Hufflepuff. So if they do spot you, they will send you back to the beginning of the library area right here, and you have to do it all over again. You will also have house points taken away from you. The first guy in our common room does not take away house points from us, because he's from our own house. That would do no good. Percy doesn't either, because he's not really... I guess he is a prefect. I don't know if he's a prefect in this game. He does end up being a prefect in Prisoner of Azkaban or Order of Phoenix, maybe. I don't know. I don't remember. But anyway, we have to figure out their pattern and get around them. and we should be able to get around them the next time they turn around. So he's going to turn around. So now they're both turned around at the same time. So let's head right here, then right here, and then we enter into the library. And we've successfully gotten around the prefects. So now I'm going to kind of explain something in this game. Once you learn new spells, you're able to enter into these new areas. So we need a spell to unlock this door right here. And then once we learn the Defendo spell, we'll be able to enter into this tapestry right here. We probably won't do all of these until the end of the game, because I don't think there's anything later on that we're going to need from this area. If there is, then we'll go to the doors that are necessary. But we're never going to go into this room again at night, I believe. If we do, then we will, if we have spells that we need to use. So there's a spell, we need to open that one up. And then there's a spell for this one, which is the same one that is on that treasure chest. I don't think there's a room we can enter into right now. Yeah, that doorway is locked. Once we learn Defendo, which is not in this room. Also, there are these ghosts that are around here. You can avoid these ghosts. I've seen a review of this game, and the guy was upset because these ghosts, they would just wreck you all the time. You can avoid these ghosts by a couple of tricks that I'll tell you guys later. You can't use one of the tricks, so I'll explain it later. But for right now, if they come at you, if you have Lumos up, they just go right through you. And usually, if you don't have Lumos up, they'll hit you, and you'll take some damage, and they will take away beans from you. But here we go. We have the Marauding with Monsters book right here. We take in this information the same way we do a spell book. A Gilderoy Lockhart. A Horcrump can be overcome by casting Flipendo to retract its spikes and then pulling it out of the ground. During my myriad travels across this magical globe of ours, I have beheld many strange sights and encountered a veritable... Okay, I'm not reading all this. Basically, this... Oh, wait, no, those are imps now. Oh, this basically shows off all the monsters, basically, now. An imp, go through that, and then there's a fire crab, and then that's the guy trash, and then that's it. I think that's all the monsters. It doesn't explain these ghosts. Also, there are these books around here that basically tell you some challenges that we're going to be finding out later. And a storeman where the confiscated items storeroom. We can't do that right now, and we're not going to do that until later on in the Let's Play. But let's go ahead and leave now. And you guessed it, we have to get around these prefects once more. Okay, so now this is a little more difficult. So we're going to equip the stink pellets. I don't think I've ever gotten out of this area without actually getting seen by the prefects. This guy won't see you. I think we could go now. No, we couldn't, because that guy would see you. I think we would have been able to make it, but we would have... Is he going to see us right there? Oh, okay. All right. We have to figure out a pattern. You're going to go there. Let's do this. Do this. Alright, we made it good.
What was that?
Oh, they heard us, but they didn't see us. Alright, so we were successful in avoiding the prefects. We did not lose any house points. If you played the Xbox, the GameCube version, and this version, that area is the same, like I said. So if you guys have played this game before on any console, you know the trouble I've had to gone through for defeating this game a bunch of times. I barely ever get caught in that area trying to avoid prefects. But we are going to now encounter another difference in the different consoles. Okay, I'm going to talk to this loading screen because I messed that up. Okay, so on every version of this game, those prefects in the library are there, and on the PS2 version, there's a prefect there in the common room. And now we're going to see another difference between the versions. There are prefects right here. If you're playing on the GameCube, you can. I said basically, but you can just run through here. There's no prefects. You won't get caught. We cast a Flipendo spell there so we can get those prefects on the case. Wait for this guy to run up the steps, and then we can go through this way. That guy's going to be there, but we can just kind of go behind him, and he will not see us. And now we are to the Hogwarts grounds. So I don't know why. I mean, I guess the consoles are different, and that's why they needed to make things look different and put things in different areas and cut the frame rate for the PS2 version. I can understand that, but I don't understand why they put prefects in different areas in this game, especially inside the main entrance hallway here. I don't know why they did that. Also, there are prefects out here which are not in the GameCube version of the game. I think there are like 2 or 3. This guy is the biggest pain because you can't just run down the center. If you try and run around, you cannot do that because there is another prefect there. So I don't know why they decided to do this. I guess they tried to make... See, like the PS2 version, that's why the PS2 version is harder. There are other reasons, like, 30 FPS and not being able to move around properly and it just being a worse version of the game. But I kind of like the prefects. It makes it a little bit more challenging. If you're playing on the GameCube version, these night missions are I say fairly easy, but they are actually really easy because there's barely any prefects for you to run into. But in this version, we have a ton. There's another one there that I don't know if you can see, but he kind of walks around that little pathway right there on top of that little hill. Or not really a hill, but you can see. Also, there are a bunch of gas trashes or whatever, those spirit dogs. There's a prefect that's up there on that trail around the castle, and he'll be a pain trying to get back into Hogwarts. So let's go ahead now, and we're gonna go into Herbology Greenhouse 3. So there's a bunch of these little areas here in the greenhouse. We can also practice some Horcrux right here. Now, if you just went into this area without reading the books, you would not be able to hit these things with Flipendo and then pick them up. They're kind of like Pufflepods, except for you can pick these up and throw them away. If you do just run into them, I think you take damage, or they'll do the same thing as the Pufflepods and do a big spray thing on a blast radius area that if you run into, you'll get messed up. There are no treasure chests here. There are just some stuff that you can hit with Flipendo and maybe get cauldron cakes or a wizard card. I wish cauldron cakes you could actually store them, you'd still get them from the things, but you could store them and eat them to regain stamina, store food or whatever in your pockets. I guess they didn't want to do it that way. I guess that's kind of what potion vials are for, or the Wiggenweld. So practice a little bit, hit these things, and we did not get a single birdie bot bean from them. Let's go ahead and leave this last area of the greenhouse. And on the GameCube version and the Xbox version, there is a Wiggenweld stump right here. So if you're low on health, you can just drink some Wiggenweld and fill it right back up. But we are going to, okay, just keep targeting the same one. That's cool, I guess. Also, if you throw these and you're in the blast radius in the area, you'll get damaged by them. So you can't just throw them at a wall right in front of you and break them. You have to look the other way and throw them, or else you will take some damage and it will not be fun. So I think if you would just run into these things, or you would just be blocked by them in general. I don't know if you would take any damage if you just run into them. I'm not going to test it out, but you would not be able to get past them even if you wouldn't take any damage. So there are these things also that we cannot take out, or we can take out with Flipendo. Okay, never mind. So we're going to pick up this, pick up that. I forgot, Horcrux. Yep, that's what it's called, a Horcrux. Alright, we have to hold it down a little bit. And there is a wizard card right here. And if you are playing on the Xbox or GameCube version of this game, there is a little bit of a different way to get that wizard card. We'll look at that wizard card after we get this Defendo spellbook. And now we can destroy tapestries. As is the case with many grade 2 spells, the Defendo Severing Charm has a variety of uses. For example, Defendo can be cast on certain tapestries or wall hangings to reveal here. What word is that? Herative? What the hell is that? Hidden entrances. Okay. I like how it just says multiple uses, but there's really only one use for it, and it's just to destroy paintings. Or not paintings, but curtains. Anyway, let's destroy these Horcrux, get them out of the way, and we need to read that wizard card, actually. I forgot about that. Let's go to the Folio Magi, and that is number 72, Helga Hufflepuff, co-founder of Hogwarts, gave her name to one of the 4 Hogwarts houses. So there is Helga. Oh, okay, and we got taken out by this tree thing. If you're playing on the GameCube or Xbox version of this game, the way you get that wizard card is you just keep destroying the trees that come back up. And I don't know if they all have to be destroyed or you have to destroy them in a certain amount of time or something, but it'll just pop up out of nowhere, and you'll basically be given it. And then they move the Wiggenweld stump right here instead of being outside for the for this version of the game. Again, I don't know why they would do that, why they would move the stump from right here or right here, I don't remember which one, to over there. I guess I get the wizard card thing because maybe it takes more memory to destroy them and trigger a thing to give you the wizard card as opposed to just setting it right there and you picking it up. But there's a lot of little differences between the different versions of the game. So this is where things are about to get a little dicey. I have never gotten back to the Hogwarts entrance without taking, or not taking, with, I was gonna say without taking damage, but without actually getting got by a prefect, because you can't sit around in this fog for too long, because if you do, the spirit dogs will come after you and you'll have to use Lumos again. But I guess we gotta kind of like go around this and head to the side right there and look out for the prefects. Usually will just take the hit of, okay, there he is. There he is right there. Wait, no, that's not him, is it? No, that's just a little tree. I thought that was him. I thought he was just standing there. Okay, now there he is. There he is. You saw him, right? Yep, there he is. Alright, so I'm gonna wait till he keeps going further because I'm afraid this guy that's right here is gonna come out. Alright, we're going. I know he's right there. Why'd you just turn around that way? He turned around towards my way. He should have went for where the spell was. Also, the sounds when the prefects, the music that plays when the prefect sees you, is terrifying. Also, this is, I believe, more difficult. Alright, we're running right now. We're running. We're going. Oh, okay.
I'm sure there's
Oh, I've been seen. Don't hit me with the spell. Don't hit me with the spell. They cast a spell at you to get you, but I got to the door, so I'm fine. He doesn't even look like a ghost. He looks like a solid entity.
Oh no!
Mr. Potter, what on earth is... Oh, what's happened here?
I don't know. I found him like this.
Follow me, Potter.
Professor, I swear I didn't.
Harry was taken to Professor Dumbledore's office, where he came across the Sorting Hat.
Would have done well in Slytherin.
You've been wondering whether I put you in the right house.
Oh, yes.
Well,
You were particularly difficult to place. But I stand by what I said before. You would have done well in Slytherin.
And he also discovered Fawkes, Professor Dumbledore's pet phoenix.
Fascinating creatures, phoenixes. They can carry immensely heavy loads. Their tears have healing powers, and they make highly faithful pets.
And of course, Professor Dumbledore himself.
I know you're not the attacker, Harry, but I must ask you whether there is anything you'd like to tell me.
Come to me. Let me rip you. Let me tear you.
Anything at all?
No, there isn't anything, Professor.
Very well. if you're sure. Good night, Harry.
Night, Professor.
All right, so real quick, in the Xbox and the GameCube version, Dumbledore is like, has his hand on your shoulder, and he's like, "Is there anything you want to tell me? Anything at all?" Not like 15 feet across from you, just basically like, "You got anything, man?" But also, I believe in the movie, you actually hear the "come to me, let me rip you, let me tear you" thing, a couple of times before you actually see Nearly Headless Nick, and then or in his office. It would have been cool if you heard the "come to me, let me rip you, let me tear you" or whatever in the day, or even when we went down to the second floor where the library was just a minute ago. But they don't do that. Oh, there's that book. I don't want him to come get me. I just want a bean. Nope, no beans. All right, cool. Anyway, we're going to head up to the 7th floor. I'm going to stop pointing out little differences between the movie, or not the movie, but the versions of the game, the different versions, the Xbox and GameCube version versus the PlayStation 2 version. I'll go ahead and cut that out as of now. I apologize for bringing it up so much. It's just fascinating why the little differences between the games. And we have to avoid this prefect again. Like I said, if he does see you, you will not lose any house points. So you can mess with this guy all you want. Hit him with a bunch of stink pellets. Hit some luminous balloons. Hit him with flipendo. Do whatever you want. You can mess with him. You won't lose any house points. But you will have to go around him eventually to get to Hermione. Oh, I thought I had to talk to Hermione. Never mind. I just have to use the severing charm. I talked to Hermione and all I heard. "Ooh."
Nice one, Harry. Can you get Neville free now? Cast a Defendo spell at the tapestry.
Why don't you do it?
Defendo! Defendo!
What the? Really? Cast it 4 times.
Thanks, Harry. I thought I was never going to get out of there.
Nice one, Harry. Well, all this excitement has worn me out. I think I'll head off to bed.
But Hermione, Nearly Headless Nick has been attacked, and I'll tell you in the morning.
And for our troubles, we are rewarded with a wizard card. Let's see which this one is. It is number 65, Gondolin Oliphant. Famous for studies of life and habits of trolls, clubbed to death in the Cotswolds while sketching. Ouch. Alright, let's head into this area. And there is another wizard card here. And 20 wizard cards, so now we get another stamina increase. Again, the health bar is actually not filled out. We just have the potential to get it that much more health. And this one is number 31, Balfour Bland. Established the Committee on Experimental Charms. So that is going to be the end of this episode. There's nothing in Fred and George's shop that we need. So anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, please be sure to comment, like, favorite, and subscribe. And I will see you guys all later. Peace out and take care.